So in case you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard of Squid Game. Squid Game is a new South Korean Netflix show. It got really popular really quickly. It's one of Netflix's most watched shows at the moment, and I'm guessing a lot of you have probably already seen it. But I have a confession. I have not seen it, and I don't really want to, and here's why. So from what I gather, the show is about a bunch of people who are in debt, and they're more or less tricked into signing up for this game where they have to compete for the prize of a lot of money or die. So I sat down to watch the show. I truly did. I began to watch the first episode. Lead actor is great. Filmography, everything, the timing, the pace, everything is great. The whole beginning of the first episode is basically like exposition showing you how shitty this guy's life is and kind of how shitty it is for a lot of people who can't afford to get by. Basically, capitalism sucks. And I was watching it and I just got to a point where I was like, I can't do this. This is so depressing. I really do want to see what all the fuss is about. And I do want to give the show a chance, but I just am so mentally drained, not only from the past couple years, but even before that with the state of the world and everything that's going on. Like, why do I want to watch people struggle in the exact same way they're struggling in real life? Especially with how over the pandemic, these billionaires gained so much more money and there are people who are struggling to get by. And this is the real state of the world. Like, it's rough. And I'm supposed to sit here and watch this show and be like, oh, haha, so much fun. Oh, look at these people chasing that money because they don't have any. That's hard for me. And if you enjoy the show, that's totally fine. Some people like that kind of thing, but just personally, it's hard to watch. Like, I am at my limit. I know there's people in a lot worse off positions than I am, but it's weird to me that people want to sit down and watch people literally being slaughtered just for being poor, for being in debt. Haha, you're poor. You're just a pawn in this game because you're poor. It's very much like Hunger Games. When Hunger Games first came out, I felt the theme was very disturbing. I didn't really want to see it. It's children being forced to murder each other in the name of entertaining the upper class, the people that can afford to not have to put themselves in these situations. That's very torture porn to me. Initially, I was iffy about it, and a lot of my friends couldn't understand why. They were like, what's the big deal? I'm like, is children being forced to murder each other? What's not the big deal? Like, that's weird. And I feel the same way about this. It's not children, but it's human beings. I struggle with it. That is a stressful thing. Like, I think I will watch it eventually, but it's a lot to process. It's one of those shows where everything's on fire all the time. Everything is awful all the time. Like, there's no reprieve. I get that shows need tension and shows need drama and shows need conflict, but when things are awful all the time and the only thing driving the plot forward is more awful things happening, things never get good. The characters never really see proper happiness or resolution during the span of the show or the movie. It's just stressful the entire time. I would rather watch shows that allow me to unwind or at least give me hope and remind me that people can be good and that things can be happy, because otherwise, what's the point? I still haven't watched Game of Thrones, and I think it's an amazing show. I've seen bits of it here and there, and I actually really do want to see it, but I just haven't been able to bring myself to do it because it feels like a chore. From what I know about it and from what I've heard, most of the show is life being shitty for everyone and people dying all the time. So as much as I want to see it, I have not been able to bring myself to do it. I haven't, but I do really want to see it. I think the production is really amazing. Maybe some people are just disconnected from the media that they consume and it doesn't bother them. That's a possibility. I feel like there must be a limit. There must be a certain amount of negativity that you can consume before it starts to affect you, no matter who you are. I think I just probably am more sensitive to it.
I'm sensitive, Aubrey!
It's hard for me not to internalize all the bad stuff and all the stress that the main characters are going through. Or if people are just dying all the time, like, I don't want to become desensitized to that. And if I do, I don't think I would enjoy the show because I just don't care about the characters. And I guess it's sort of funny because if I think about it, like 10 years ago, I really, really did not like shows that were fluff. I really didn't like Modern Family. I didn't like Friends. Fast forward like 10 years, I have watched Friends twice, and I've just now completed watching Modern Family for the first time. Never ever thought I would like it, but it's actually pretty decent writing. They do a really good job of towing the line of keeping it upbeat, but having just enough sort of dark humor, or not dark humor, but you know what I mean. You know what you're gonna get. I know I can watch Modern Family before bed, and it'll be a nice distraction, and it won't stress me out and make me feel like I'm gonna lose sleep or something. So it's been a complete 180 because there's so much crazy shit going on in real life. Like, I don't need to watch shows with that. It's just happening around us. People always ask me, like, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? And I'm just like, no, I want to, but I just can't. I haven't yet. I can't. And it makes me feel kind of bad, but anyways, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have experienced this at all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.